and welcome to the garden again today, and we're starting off today. We're going to talk about it's mental health week this week, mental health awareness. So we've been asked to find a word that describes what Trust Links means to us, us personally, and I've got a word, and we have to type it out and put it on a card, but unfortunately when I did that, it read back to front, so I'll just turn the camera around and put this, just show you my word. I'll give you a second. So there we are. Hope you can all see that. I'll show you it at the end as well, because I think we've only got a couple of people at the moment. So the word I've chosen is connection, and I think that's what Trust Links means to me. It's that people connect together, they come together, they make friends, they connect to nature in the garden. It's just without connection we haven't really got anything. So that's really what that word means to me. And as I say, I'll show you that at the end again, so we can all think about that, and perhaps everyone can think about what words sums up Trust Links to them as well. Okay. So, how's everybody today? Oh, Kirsty. Hello, Kirsty. How are you doing? It's nice to see you. It's a lovely day. Hope you're not too hot. Marie's watching as well. So, hi, Marie. How are you doing? It's a bit hot today, isn't it? So, what I'm going to do today is I've got this pot here that has annuals in it, and basically we're going to clear that out. Well, I've cleared all the sort of dying poppies and violias and things that were in here, but I'm trying to keep to the theme of not spending any money and just using what you've got in the garden already. So I have got some bedding seeds growing, but they're not ready yet to go out. So I've got a few other bits and pieces to go in. I know garden centres are open now, but if you're self-isolating, if you are shielding and you can't get out, then this is quite a good thing to do. Just have a look and see what you've got around the garden, and pot up a plant with all the bits and pieces that you've got. I'm just going to have a look and see who's watching again. Oh, hi, Marie. Okay, so basically, oh, before we start, I just want to show you this. I don't know if you watched last week, but I was planting up some of these little alpine strawberries, and I just wanted to show you this one. So these are just like produced from runners in the garden, but if you can see that one, if I can get in very closely, you can see it's got a little tiny strawberry on there as well. So they're really cute, I think, and they look nice. You can put them on top of cakes and decorate, or put them into cereals and things. So they're really nice. They're edible, but they're just really tiny. And what's nice about these alpine strawberries is that they grow really well in the shade, in dappled shade. So, oh, hi, Jackie. How are you doing? It's a hot one, isn't it, Jackie? We got our wish for the warmer weather. Yeah, so as I was saying before people started to join, what we're doing this week is it's Mental Health Awareness Week. Hi, Kelly. We're thinking about a word that means what sort of sums up Trust Links to us, and I'll show you my word. I'm just going to swizzle the camera around again. Okay. So I couldn't hold it up because it was reading back to front. So yeah, so my word is connection, because I think, as I said before, if you didn't, if you heard me or if you didn't catch it, so Trust Links is all about connection and connecting with people, and making good connections with friends and people you meet when you come to the gardens or if you come to the recovery college, and also connecting with nature. Excuse me. Connecting with nature. So that was my word. Okay, I'll just switch that back. Yeah. Right, okay. Let's get my tripod in place, hopefully it doesn't let me down. So yeah, I've got this this pot here that, as I say, just had you know, bedding plants and things in it. So it's still got all the soil. So what I'm going to do, so as I say, we're trying to sort of save money and not you know, spend unnecessary money on bedding plants and things. And as I say, I've got some things that are waiting to come up to plant out, but in the meantime, it might be nice to just put some bits and pieces in here. So to say, the compost is in here from the bedding plants, but that's fine. We can use that again. We might just top it up with a little bit of fresh compost. And who's that saying hi? Oh, hi Karen. Hello. Just saying, it's certainly a hot one today. So we'll take out some of the top layer of the compost, and I've got a couple of plants down here. And actually, some of these you'll see if you go around to the gardens at Westcliff or Shoebury or Thundersley. And this is a perennial, and this is called Alchemilla mollis, or it's known as lady's mantle, and it has like a really delicate yellow flower that comes out, that should be out in a few weeks time. And it's a really nice, you can use it as a cut flower as well, so that's quite lovely. So yeah, until the bedding plants are ready, I'm going to plant this tub up with some bits and pieces. So we've got this Alchemilla, and we've also got some ferns here. Yeah, I haven't actually worked on the composition of this yet, so I'm sort of doing it as we go along, so hopefully it'll look okay. Yeah, so we'll just take out some of the weeds around the top of the pot. And this one as well. So I've got some ferns and Alchemilla, and I've also got another Aquilegia here, which has actually come out of a pot, which it's a terracotta pot that's broken. So I'm going to recycle this plant and put that in here as well. And it's got a really lovely, it's not come out yet, but it's a pink and white flower. It's a really unusual sort of Aquilegia, so that's going to go in as well. So as I was saying, hello Clive, good to see you. Just saying, Clive, we're recycling what we've got in the garden. We're not spending money on going to garden centres and things like that. We're just trying to use what basically we've got hanging around and what's been hanging around for a while. So we can start with our Aquilegia, which we're going to put in the centre of the pot as our sort of centrepiece. So I want to dig a little hole there, take out some of this. So yeah, it's so I was saying before, it's Mental Health Awareness Week, and we're all thinking about words that mean something to us, that sums up trust links, and my one is connection. So I'll yeah, just connecting with people, connecting with nature, just whatever means something to you that sums up. It'd be really nice actually if you can do, as I say, I've done a sheet here, and I showed everyone earlier, but I think it reads back to front, so that's why I had to show it without me holding it, but actually on a chair. So who else have we got? Oh, hi Annette, you have some nice plants to recycle. Yeah, well this one actually, Annette, this was bought from Growing Together at Westcliff some time ago, and as you can see, it's been in a pot for ages, so it's like really mossy and everything. So I think it'll be really pleased to get out of this pot and stretch its roots a little bit, have a little bit of space in the soil. So we just take out some of this old compost. Just check while it's in the pot that you get the height right. So I want it to sit just below the edge of the pot, so when I water it, all the soil doesn't come out with the water and make a mess. I'm going to tip this up, hopefully it will come out. As I say, it's been in here a long time, so it might not. Oh, it did. Wonders will never cease. Yeah, so I'm going to just take off some of this moss around the top and get rid of that. I don't want that in there. And some of the dead leaves. So is it warm enough for everybody today? That's what I want to know. I think it's a little bit too hot for too much gardening. That's why I've chosen to do it under the tree where it's a bit shadier. So there's the Alchemilla, so that's going to go in the centre. And I think I'm going to use this Aqualegia that I dug out of an old pot here. And that's got a bit of height on it, so I thought that would look quite nice, sort of sitting in the back there. So we'll pop that in. These Aqualesias have got really long roots, so if you do, I've been moving quite a few around the garden this year because the birds sort of seed them. So if you do, make sure you try and get all the end tap roots out with it, because I'll just give it its best chance. So that's going to pop in the back there. I hear the birds today, they're really singing. It's lovely. And these ferns, so these are pretty small, but they will get big, so this pot won't last. You'll have to repot it or take things out and put them in the ground. Well, that's what we'll have to do next year, but for now, until we're waiting for some of the small seeds to come up, it just adds a little bit of interest. And it's quite interesting really, because it's all green, and people are always saying about colour in their garden, but green is a colour, so it's just it's nice to have different textures, and you can see that you've got the different furry textures of this plant here and the ferny ones of the ferns here, sort of very lace cut ferns. That a tap. Pop that one in just in the front there. And finally, I'll just have a quick look around at the front. That's it. Just to make sure they're sort of evenly spaced. Oh, that didn't want to come out, that one, but it's out now. So then this other small fern, this will go in this side here. And what I'll do, I'll just top this up with soil, as I say, just about, I suppose, an inch or 3/4 of an inch above the below the edge of the pot. Got some compost. Pop that in. See if we've still got some people watching. Yeah, we've still got a few people watching, so give me a wave. It's really nice to know that I've got some company on this hot afternoon, and I'm not just standing out here talking to myself, because my neighbours probably think I've gone a little bit crazy talking to my plants. Actually, I don't know if there's any truth in that, but I always have a little talk to the plants, and they do sometimes. They do perform well, so maybe they do like a bit of connection as well. So once you've got all the soil in the gaps around the edge, you want to firm all the plants in, push them all down. Just check what it looks like from the front, because that's where it's going to be viewed from this front here. A bit like flower arranging, I think, but maybe not as delicate. So yeah, that should do it now. So as I say, it's all sort of green, but this will have some pink and white coming up when it does flower. But it's quite interesting because you've got all the textures as well. So you've got the textures of the fern here, sort of lacy, and the furry leaves of the Alchemilla. And the Aqualesia's got quite a dainty look about it as well, sort of quite an airy feel. So I thought what I might do with this, just to add a bit of splash of colour later on, is put some of the French marigolds in that I repotted last week, and they're all in this little or mini greenhouse. It's not really a greenhouse actually, but we'll call it a greenhouse. Sounds grander. Let's just swap that round. So yeah, just give you a little, that's it. That's what the pot looks like. And then, yeah, so we've got some of these that I potted up last week, and they're really coming on. So I just thought I'd dot 1 or 2 in there. I'll just turn the camera around. Actually, while we're here, we can have a look at, got some courgettes there that want to go in soon, so might try and do that next week. And some tomatoes, some bush tomatoes. They're called Sun Gold. Just turn that around. There we go. Okay. So yeah, we'll just pop a couple of these little orange marigolds in, just as I say, once they'll just had a little splash of colour. They are really tiny, so they should be up in a month or so. I'll put another one in just in there, just in that little space. I think I've got space for maybe another couple, one round this side. There we are. So we just pop that one in. Might just need a little bit more compost to hold that one in. Yeah, so as I said before, it's just really trying to recycle what we've got already, not going out to garden centres, because a lot of you are shielding or isolating, and really it's just a case of using what you can, what you've already got. And ideally you change your compost, you know, when you put new plants in, but if you can't get compost, there's no reason why you can't just use the same compost again. So I think that's probably about it actually. Be nice to come back and look at it in a week or so once it's come out a little bit better. But we'll just move my camera a little bit closer to that. There you go. Let's switch that around again. Yeah, so we've got, there's a really nice lacy leaves of the ferns and some really lovely textured plants, leaves of the Aquilegia, of the Alchemilla mollis, and some nice dainty flower there that will come out in a well, probably by tomorrow. If that's in a nice sunny spot, that will come out then. Okay, so as I was saying a little bit before, it's, oh hi Alan, it's good to hear from you. Haven't heard from you for a while. Hope you're keeping well. Hope the family are well. Yeah, so as we were saying, it's Mental Health Awareness Week. So this is my word that sums up Trust Links. Yeah, that connecting with people. We need people. We need to connect together. We need. It's nice to feel the connection of nature when we're gardening. So yeah, that's the word I've chosen. Be really nice if we could hear some of your words as well. It'd be lovely if you could always put them on upload them onto our Facebook Live or send them in Messenger and we can put them up for you. Oh, so hi Lane, how are you doing? I hope it's nice and warm, hot enough for you. Okay, so what I've been trying to do for like the last few weeks is just have a little look at a couple of plants that are coming out at the moment, a couple of flowers, so we can just have a look at those. And yeah, so anyone doing their level 1 or level 2 in horticulture next year, it might give them a head start to learn a few plants. So we may as well start with this one actually then, as we've been looking at that one. So this is called Alchemilla mollis. It's not flowering just yet, so I might not put that one on because I'll wait perhaps for a couple of weeks and then that'll come out in flower. Be nicer to see that in flower. And we've got a really nice, this is a rambling rose here, and you can see all these buds are just waiting to burst out. They're just any minute now they're going to burst out. So I'll just show you. This is what it looks like. This is the flower when it comes out. It's just gorgeous. And this rambling rose, so rambling roses, that means that they only flower once in the year. So this will flower, it will come out sort of within a week, and it will be all over, all white. And this one's called Rambling Rector. So it's quite a fun name, that one. It is quite vigorous, and it will take over. If I move back, it will take over the whole of that fence, and that has to be cut back hard actually every year just to keep it in place. Ideally it'd be great if it could scramble over a tall tree, but we're lacking on space here, so we just have to make sure that it's pruned to keep in its place. So yeah, there's another plant here as well, which you all might know. This is called a peony, and this peony is called I think it's Sarah Bernhardt. So I think, yes, that's who this one's named after. So that's really gorgeous, and that's just, this flower's just come out. You can see we've got a couple of buds there, and the other ones are ready to come out, ready to burst out into flower. So that's the Alchemilla and the peony and the Rambling Rector rose. So that's fun if you want to try and say that. Okay, so I think that's probably it really for today from me now. It's really hot out here. I'm gonna have to go and find some shade and have a drink, but have some water. But before I go, I'll just show you our sign one more time, and that's, my words is connection, because I think TrustLinks is all about connection, connecting with each other, connecting with nature, and just connecting, making friends. And although it's really difficult because we're not together now, but we're connecting, even though it's through virtually, we're still there, we're still connecting, which is I think it's a really powerful message. Okay, so Georgia's always so fascinated with my knowledge. Oh, that's really nice of you, Georgia. I'm hoping you're taking notes, because I'm going to test you on it, Georgia. So when we're back at work, I've got a whole list of these plants, and I'm going to give you a great, yeah, you're going to have a test and a quiz. Okay. Oh, thank you. So Georgia likes my choice of words. Right. So I'm going now. So remember, it's Mental Health Awareness Week. So be kind to each other and connect. If you need to speak to anybody, we're always on the end of the phone, so please do. And yeah. Oh, and Clive's saying, thanks Tracy, really enjoy your Wednesday slot. Family is my word. Oh, that's lovely. Yes, that is true. TrustLinks and Growing Together, it's like one big family, and that's, yeah, where we all come together. Okay, so have a great week. Oh, Georgia's passing on my test. I think we should campaign for her. You know, she can, you know, she's got some spare time. She might be able to learn a few plants. I'm sure some of the members know lots of plants and really enjoy testing you, Georgia. So we'll see. Okay, so we'll see you next week, and take care, everyone, and stay cool in this weather, and yeah, stay safe. Okay, see you later. Bye.